Okay. Broke and average versus privileged powerhouses. Class, beauty, and cultural symbolism. You guys are going to like this one. In today's celebrity economy, fame is not just about talent, it's about symbolism. Some celebrities are icons because of their aesthetic perfection, pedigree, or elite cultural fluency. Others are icons because they reflect something more vulnerable: survival. In this framework, a crucial divide emerges between broke, average-looking white people like Sydney Sweeney and Morgan Wallen, and privileged powerhouses like Taylor Swift, Margot Robbie, Natalie Portman, and even black or non-white counterparts like Issa Rae or Gracie Abrams. This essay unpacks how these two lanes of stardoms serve very different audiences and tell very different stories about class, identity, and cultural visibility. Morgan Wallen and Sydney Sweeney are not elite entertainers by global standards. They are not international beauties, nor are they refined performers with years of theater or high fashion credibility behind them. They are familiar. That's the point. Wallen is the white guy from your small town with a mullet and a guitar. Sweeney is the girl from your high school who is pretty in a very local blonde with acne scars kind of way. Their value lies in their ability to mirror the average white American, not to surpass them. This is why their celebrity is so deeply rooted in domestic populism. Wallen and Sweeney do not exist to impress the world. They exist to assure a specific demographic of white Americans that their aesthetic, their dialect, their blue-collar beauty, and their small-town dreams still matter. In a world where global fashion campaigns feature Black, Asian, and Latina models with razor-sharp bone structure and multilingual fluency, the broke, hot white person becomes a cultural counterweight. Their presence says, "You still belong here." Now contrast that with privileged powerhouses like Margot Robbie, Natalie Portman, and Taylor Swift. These are not women of the people. These are elite-level performers with near-perfect faces, private educations, and year of PR curation, and access to top-tier platforms from the start. Portman was a child star who went to Harvard, and Margot Robbie was discovered early and instantly handed access to Scorsese-level prestige. Taylor Swift grew up on a Christmas tree farm, but her father was a financial advisor who could bankroll her Nashville ambitions. These women were not struggling to pay rent while auditioning. They were groomed for stardom. They do not represent you. They represent what a corporation imagines beauty, talent, and American global prestige to look like. They are manufactured for export. And this dichotomy isn't exclusive to white America. In the black celebrity space, you see the same split. Issa Rae, though often celebrated for her relatable content, is essentially a black version of Natalie Portman, a Stanford grad from an educated family with cultural training and access to industry support. Her aesthetic might be more grounded, but her path mirrors that of Hollywood pedigree. She is a pedigree princess of black liberal feminism, far more Portman than Wallen. Meanwhile, there are almost no Morgan Wallen-type figures for Black America. That is, no visibly working-class, average-looking Black people being positioned as top-tier pop culture fixtures without being either comedic or tragic. Black stardom still demands perfection. Think Beyonce or Rihanna. They must be flawless, hyper-talented, and universally appealing. There is little room for the average Black girl to rise the same lane Sweeney did. Even among white Nepo babies, the divide is clear. Gracie Abrams, the daughter of J.J. Abrams, is marketed as indie, sensitive, and understated. But she's not scrappy. She's not broke. Her quiet whisper singing isn't raw, it's safe. She's the aesthetic daughter of Taylor Swift, manufactured for a post-Swiftian industry where privilege can be softly disguised as authenticity. This entire structure reflects how America copes with its own racial and class anxieties. The broke, average-looking white person becomes a totem of resilience. The privileged powerhouse becomes a symbol of aspiration. Both functions as stories white America tells itself. You either made it by just looking like us, or you made it because you were meant to be better than us. In a global culture dominated by elite beauty, multilingual fluidity, and polished internationalism, the Morgan Wallens and Sydney Sweeneys of the world are not about beauty, they are about representation. They are the everyman made famous. Their stardom says, you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be seen. Meanwhile, the powerhouses, whether it's Margot Robbie or Natalie Portman or Issa Rae, serve a different function. They hold the standard. They are polished, accomplished, and meant to make you feel like you are watching up. Their image is aspirational, not accessible. Their talent is cultivated, not emergent. What this tells us is that American culture is deeply segmented, not just by race or gender, but by aesthetic class. And until we understand these two different pipelines to visibility, one of survival, the other of dominance, we'll keep making visibility for equality and relatability for relevance.